All right, welcome back, Trojan fans, for a special holiday edition of the West Brunswick Trojans Coaches Show. Coach Davis, back on the set with me.
Glad to be here.
I tell you what, it's been a second since we've talked, but you've already played 7 games.
We have. We had a stretch. We played 7 games in 15 days. Well-needed break right now over the holidays.
I'd say so. It's almost like you got a finish line. It's not the end of the season, but let's get these kids a little bit of rest.
Yeah, definitely.
I know you had some serious issues with half your squad being on the football team as they were making a run in the playoffs. You got them all back now.
We do. Our football team had a great season.
Absolutely.
They glad they could make that deep run. Just outstanding season. And when your basketball players are playing football, it develops that toughness to carry over from the football field to the basketball court. Unfortunately, it's a different type of shape.
They can only be in one place at one time,
exactly.
Too, right?
We had tryouts on a Monday, and we played our first game on a Tuesday. So, and then we've been playing games ever since, 3 games in a week. And, we finished up this past Wednesday against New Hanover, and now we get a little break and can get in and can start grinding and work on some practice things and work on some fundamental things and get ready for, this upcoming conference season.
It's almost like Coach Kelly stole a page from your playbook with these, deep runs into the playoffs. Okay, so we're doing that now.
Yeah.
I know it sets you back, but here's my question. Were they all beat up from football season?
Not really.
Okay.
Tariq and Tay are the 2 guys that came back with experience. Both those guys had outstanding seasons, all conference players.
Oh, yeah.
Great leadership, and you want those guys to play other sports, and you want those guys to be leaders in other sports. Our goal as a coaching staff is all of our teams to make deep runs in the playoffs. It is what it is.
That's right.
You just got to live with it and make the best of the situation.
Because come springtime, Coach Spivey's probably going to be going, all right, Eric, let's get this playoff thing done, man, because we got baseball to think about.
That's right.
I think we're doing a good job at West of concentrating on what we got right in front of us.
Exactly. I think we've got a lot of JV basketball players that play football, and we didn't even have a JV team until that Monday before we played Coastal Christian. And those are the type of kids that you want playing basketball and football, because they're athletic kids that can it goes both ways on the football field and the basketball court. So, as a coaching staff, you got to be able to work together. When it's football season, they need to be focused on football. When it's basketball season, they need to be focused on basketball. Right. And then all season, hopefully they can do a little bit of both, as well as get stronger in the weight room.
We're going places at West.
I see.
We're going to get to some analysis in a second, but, there's another side to what we're talking about. That's you. You've been all over the place lately. You're chasing kids around all day at school now, okay? And you had to get your team back together without a lot of prep, and then you've got to play what amounts to basically a game every other night for 2 weeks. How are you holding up?
Good. I mean, we're 5-2, so obviously when you win games, my wife always says that it's a lot easier to wake up after a win as opposed to a loss. So, we've gotten some big wins. We went on the road to North Myrtle Beach. We were down 7 with 1:11 to go and ended up winning by 2. So it's a lot easier to get up and keep going to work when you get those types of wins.
Winning record cures all the energy problems.
It does,
right?
Yes.
So what are you going to do? You're going to give the kids a little break, right?
We are. Yeah, we got one more practice tomorrow, and then we'll take off 5 days, which is very uncharacteristic of me, my coaching career.
I would say.
But I feel like with where we're at, I think it'll be a good break. Christmas falling on the weekend. Give them a few extra days, and then we'll come back in. We got practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, and then we play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So while everybody else is enjoying the break and enjoying the extended 2 weeks, I mean, we're going to be working.
Gotcha. Well, you got to get a little break in there too now.
Yeah.
Tell me you got that.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to take a few days off. I'm going to go scout some teams. Going to do that, but I think we're going to go to Charleston for the weekend and enjoy some downtime.
A little R&R.
Yeah, my son's home from college, so spend some time with him as well.
Fantastic. Good time of the year.
It is. Great time of year.
All right. But hey, like you said, even over the holidays, we still have basketball. So let's talk about what we've done so far to bring us up to this holiday point. I know 5-2. Let's get more specific.
Well, we started out. We that we had that one-day tryout. We playing a really good Coastal Christian team, much improved. They got a couple kids that transferred in. A lot of guys back from last year. We were down 8 in the fourth quarter to them last year and ended up coming from behind and winning. So I knew it was going to be difficult, but just couldn't get over the hump. We made a run late, had our chances, and just didn't finish. Then we have North Brunswick on the road on a Friday night, packed house. Came from behind there, rivalry game, came from behind, won by 15, which was a huge win for us. We had North Myrtle Beach.
Got to beat the locals, man.
Yeah, on the road. I mean, so it's been tough. I mean, we beat North Myrtle Beach twice in 2 tough games. Then we went on the road last Wednesday night to New Hanover, and they popped us in the mouth.
Yeah. It's a different story with New Hanover. They're good every year, it seems like.
It is, and a lot of times, you play a game like that on the road, first conference game on the road in Wilmington, the team with the most experience a lot of times wins out. I know 2 years ago we went up there, and I had the team with the most experience. They were playing a lot of freshmen, sophomores, and we beat them.
You beat them in the tournament that year, correct?
Yeah, we beat them 3 times, but, I have 2 guys that played big minutes for us last year. They start 4 guys. This is their 3rd, 4th year on the varsity level. So we played well. I mean, we cut it to 7 with 4 or 5 minutes to go in a game, but just couldn't ever get over the hump.
I gotta feel like that's going to be a different story in February this year.
Well, we hope so. I got myself into trouble with the Star News. I told the newspaper guy that I guaranteed that we'll be a better basketball team December 29th, and everybody's been giving me a hard time. But the last couple practices we've had, we've gotten better, and that's what you want to do. Sometimes it takes a loss for your kids to realize that we've got to get better, and you win 5 straight. You're not doing things exactly like you want to, but winning cures a lot of problems, and a lot of times you sweep things under the rug when you win games, but you take that loss and you really can magnify things that you really want to get better at.
Prosperity is a terrible teacher, isn't it?
It is. But it's good for teenagers to have that adversity.
I'm not going to give you a hard time about your guarantee.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that here.
Well, we're better. We're a better team today than we were last Thursday, and after tomorrow we'll be a better team. And that's all you want. I tell our guys, we don't want to play at our best right now. We want to be at our best late February, early March.
Muhammad Ali said it ain't bragging if you can back it up. So.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying we got to get better. And we're going to get better.
There you go.
So
excellent. Well, I know you can't get to where you want to be without the staff you have around you.
Yes.
And one thing I've noticed, first of all, I know an Eric Davis team runs Brunswick County. That's something I've seen since you've been here. You run this county.
I don't know about that. We're trying. We try.
I would say your track record against other schools in this county has been stellar.
Well, we've had a lot of success against South Brunswick, North Brunswick. Hopefully, we can continue to do that. We're 2-0 right now against North Brunswick, and we don't play South till late January, early February, so we have a little bit of time before we play them.
But the other thing I've noticed is you got a staff. When these kids come in here and eat, you're not the only coach. You got sometimes like 4 or 5 others.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been very fortunate that I've had good people around me. I believe in the coaching staff I have. Number one is people, because obviously you want them to say and do the right things around your kids, because their character and how they conduct themselves is very important to me, how our players, and you want coaches that's representing that as well. You also want coaching staff that you can trust, and I trust all these guys. I mean, they really believe in what we're doing, the things that we do. I give them a wide variety of duties, and I don't have to worry about it getting done. I've got Chris Sergal, who's helps me directly on the varsity team. He works with our post guys and does an outstanding job. Olin Vault's been with me since I started at West Brunswick. He's old enough to be my dad, but he's more like a brother to me. I enjoy, being around him. He knows the game. Was a very good player in the Charlotte area, if I'm not mistaken. I think he averaged over 30 points a game in high school. So, it's funny that everywhere we go, there's somebody in the community that talks about how good of a player he was. And then Michael Frink, who, he has West Brunswick He bleeds green and white, and he played at West Brunswick, and he's a West Brunswick guy, and well respected by our young JV players.
It seems like you're getting these practices and everything delegated really well, and that's where maybe you have an advantage over some other coaches.
Well, you know, when you have a plan, I think the consistency of your coaching staff is important as well. You know, I haven't had a whole lot of turnover. Had a guy that was with me last year, Justin Batts, who came from VCU, actually played for me as a 9th grader. Played for me for 4 years in high school. Actually came back and coached with me for 3 years at Hopewell in Charlotte, and then I was fortunate enough to have him here last year. And him having those VCU ties is part of the reason why we started putting this press stuff in and using a lot of stuff that Shaka Smart used when he was at VCU. You know, he got a head job at Carborough High School outside of Chapel Hill. So anytime your assistant coaches are getting head jobs, that's what you want. But I've been very fortunate that the majority of my staff has been with me for the last 3-4 years.
So this is the process.
It is. You hear Nick Saban talking about the process, and we talk about it all the time with our kids. It's not about it's about doing the little things, and you do little things over and over and over again, then they're going to add up to the big thing.
Folks, this is the West Brunswick process you were hearing about tonight. We're not going to get too specific. We don't. No trade secrets out there.
Well, I don't know about that, but we believe in what we do,
and it shows in the results.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, let's talk about some of the star power you got. I know you're not a big stats guy. We talked about that before, but you know, let's talk about minutes. Who's out there playing? When we come to watch the Trojans play, what are we in store for?
Well, number one, we're going to play hard and we're going to play together. You know, the smart part. You know, that's the old Dean Smith: play hard, play smart, play together. I think we're playing hard and we're playing together, but we got to play a little smarter. We're turning the basketball over a little too much. You know, so that's one of the things we're working on. But you know, Brandon Parker has been a big, I'm not going to say a surprise because I was expecting big things from him. We talked about him in the preseason show, but he had a 17-point fourth quarter, had 33 points in a big win earlier in the year. He had a 25-point game.
That's getting it.
You know, at a high school level, you don't really expect guys to go out there and score 33 and 25, so it is a surprise to some degree, but he has been consistent night in and night out. Bryce Aarons has really given us a lot of a big lift off the bench scoring. He had a 17-point game, he had a 15-point game, and the kid can flat out put the ball in the hole. Josh Woodard has been our big man inside.
Has he improved from last year?
He has.
There's a progression there?
He has. You know, he's averaging about 11 rebounds a game. You know, the problem Josh has is he gets doubled and tripled down low, and you know, every time he touches it, you expect him to put it in the hole. And when you're getting double team and triple team, it makes it difficult sometimes.
That's the head turner when you walk in the gym and you see Josh. You're like, oh,
he looks the part.
Yeah.
You know, he looks the part of a college basketball player. Physicality, his size, and you know, but his maturity. He's matured over the last 4 years, and that's what you want to see. You want to see kids mature and get better as they move along.
Seems like he got a little bit meaner between 2 years ago and last year. You think he's still got a little bit of that mean streak?
His motor. You know, that was one thing I talked to him is you know, we want to get his motor, get a little higher motor, and you know, I feel like he's playing at a faster pace, a little bit tougher pace, and you know, that's what you want from your senior post player.
Got to have a big.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and the style we play, I mean, we play everybody. You know, we like to press, we like up tempo, so we're subbing in and out, and it's fun to coach that style. But the plus to that is everybody gets to play. Now, everybody's not playing equal minutes, but everybody's getting minutes. Everybody has an equal opportunity to get out there and perform. And then what you end up doing is late game, second half, who's playing the best defensively, who's playing the best offensively are the ones that's going to finish the game.
Legs get tired when you play that system.
Exactly. And we're hoping that this break and us getting a little bit of downtime, but then getting back in and some extra condition will get us ready for our tournament that we have next week.
All right. Where's that tournament going to be at, Coach?
It's Cape Fear Academy in Wilmington. That's a public school versus private school.
All right.
We got Wilmington Christian the first game. We're playing Harrell's Christian, who's a really good team that we've struggled last couple years. And then we finish up with Coastal Christian. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of revenge in that last game.
You heard it here, Trojan fans. Tournament next week.
That's right.
We're out of school, but we're still playing. Come on up and support your Trojans and Coach Eric Davis.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Always good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, Trojan fans, welcome back. We have the other half of the basketball program with us tonight. Coach Dylan Johnson, good to have you back.
Good to be here.
Well, we're 8 games deep.
That's right.
First season. What do you think so far?
I think we're working. It's about where I expected to be in terms of development. It's just, if you look at the games, like we're 2-6 on the record, but I think we're better than that than the record indicates. I mean, but I try to tell the girls all the time, it's not about the record right now. This is just a preseason kind of, because it's not conference. I mean, New Hanover, yeah, we're 0-1, but half the schedule's 0-1 right now, so we're okay. It's just we played North Myrtle Beach. We played North Brunswick. North Brunswick has 5 starting seniors. North Myrtle Beach has 11 years of history that they're just been dominant. So,
and that's a team that is just now back on the schedule for West, too.
Exactly. And I'm not making excuses. We should have beat both those teams, and I'm not making excuses for why we lost. But if you watch the film, we had those 4 games, we had 8 minutes total out of a possible 128, where they outscored us 32-8. All right, take away those 8 minutes, we win all 4 games. Now, I know there's a lot of ifs around here, you know, but I'm just saying, we've been in every game we played, even Clinton, they had the Duke signee, every game we played except for New Hanover. So, I mean, yeah, we're 2-6, but we're competing with everyone. So, when I say we're at where I think we would be, I mean that we're competing on a level I think we should be at. I mean, a few minimal mistakes we cut through, we
got some W's.
Instead of 2-6, we're 6-2. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So again, just like I said, 8 minutes total. It's amazing how much that could turn around a season. But like I said, the good thing is we're not really in conference yet, and all that really matters is the conference.
It doesn't hurt you that bad.
No. Like I said, with the quality of play we're playing, we're not playing, you know, teams that are maybe not up to the caliber as they should be on a varsity level. We're playing legit teams, and I think it's good for our girls. I wouldn't have it any other way. To be the best, you got to play the best, right?
Absolutely.
So that's the my whole mentality of it all.
Now, coming into this job with your first year, was Ty able to give you any advice about how to continue to grow this program?
Oh yeah, yes. I mean, advice just. It always helps. Not me and him think differently on some things, but we have a lot of the same key features. So the standard was already in place, which was a big help. I mean, if that wasn't in place, I might be 0-8 right now, because they at least knew that they couldn't take plays off, that they had to bust their butts as hard as they could every single play. They knew the level of play had to be up at a level that they were not used to. It seemed like when Ty got here. So him just being here and kind of laying the foundation work, even if it wasn't the full foundation, he still dug the footers out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He still laid it ready so I could pour the cement and start building the house that would be a great program that we will be at eventually. So yes, and again, another thing is knowing personnel. You know, the biggest problem I've had, I've been to 2 different places over my career, is learning and meeting the players.
Knowing exactly what you've got,
exactly,
how to motivate
and with
certain
him telling
people.
me kind of that the odds in of those girls, I mean, I wasn't starting square one. It might have been square 2, but it wasn't square 1.
Fair enough.
All right, so that was a ton of help.
Absolutely. So that's paid off for you.
Oh yes, definitely.
Think we'll be seeing that come conference season?
Oh yes, I think that we are right. I mean, in the going up the slope, right? We're trying to get to the top of the hill so the going way down is a lot easier. I think we're right there, almost to the top of the hill. We're almost there. Like I said, it's just a few mental mistakes that if we can just correct them in the games, just not having going to sleep basically mentally for a total of 8 minutes out of 4 games, then we're where we're supposed to be at. And I think by the time we get the teams that we should beat, we will be at that level. So I really, the girls had a great practice today. I've been on them pretty hard. I kind of took a step back and let my assistants run it today. The varsity practice, I did JVs. Just watch them and just from it's always good to change your perspective. All right, because you never know if you're doing all the right things or if maybe something's wrong with you, so you want to watch see how they react to maybe another voice. So I sat back and watched them, and I just saw them how they were coaching each other, how they were picking each other up, being a family. You know, it was awesome. It really looked good. So I think, like I said, after watching today, we're almost there.
Now, watching your team, you know, we just talked to Eric, and Eric's got multiple assistants. For your varsity, you pretty much have Cody.
I do, yep.
How does Cody, what does Cody bring to help this program out? She
helps take care of some of my headaches, first of all. Being a female, first of all, it's a big help. I mean, she knows there might be problems going on with the girls that I have no idea is going on, and she can kind of understand it better from a female's perspective, so that's a big help right away. But other than that, she's a great basketball coach. She knows the game. I mean, she played collegiately for a little while. I mean, she knows basketball. I can give her the practice and say, Cody, take it today. Let me sit back and watch it and see what I can do better. All right, let me learn from you a little bit. You know, I might be the head coach, but that's always the title. All right, in my program, coaches are coaches. That's all they are. Now, at the end of the only thing different is that I'm the one getting yelled at during the game.
Sure.
All right, and I'm fine with that. So, but she brings a level of just knowledge. She helps me a lot with like statting the games. I'm trying to watch the game and correct our mistakes. It's hard for me to take the time and stat it as well.
Sure.
She said, Coach, whatever you need, I'm here for you. And I really appreciate that. And like I said, I've been to places that don't have that, and I'm telling you, it's a blessing. And my JV coach is Coach Harvey. You know, we always go home and away with the conference. But when he is able to be there, like practice and stuff, I mean, he's experienced. He used to coach for like 30 years in Maryland as a head girls coach.
Wow.
So, I mean, he has experience there. And so, I mean, he's a good teacher. So, he's another side eye. He helps with the post players some, but she helps with the guards. So, again, it's just, I mean, having two good staff members is really, I mean, a blessing.
When you just have that limited coaching staff, they get a lot more on their plates.
Yes.
So it sounds like they're up to the task.
Oh, they are. I mean, I'm glad too, because I mean, I needed them to take care of stuff. Because when you're trying to do it right, when you're trying to do the program right, now you can come in there and just kind of go around and throw the balls out and have a decent, you know, maybe eventually get to be 500, you know, have that 12-12 year and everybody's jumping for joy. But if you want to do it right and want to grow successful young women,
time and effort.
Yes, sir. And like I said, and I'm not complaining about it, but if I didn't have the good staff that I do, my hair's already falling out. It'd be gone by now.
Well, you got more hair than your brother.
So, well, you saw it.
Just saying.
Yeah, I think he's lost some more this year. You see him?
I did. I saw him over the weekend.
Yeah, I watched him coach the game.
I think he misses living at the beach.
He won't admit it, but I think he does too.
It's all right.
He's up in Asheville right now, and I said, what's the degrees right now? He said, it's freezing. I said, it's all right. It's about 70 down here today.
Yeah. He could come back and be your assistant, right?
Hey, listen, anytime. My door's always open.
Well, we'll pitch that offer. We'll see how well that works. Take a minute and brag on some of your players.
Oh, okay. Brianna Mercer's having a phenomenal year. Not phenomenal. It's phenomenal to the outside. She could be a lot better, but she is doing, improvement-wise, leaps and bounds. Averaging double figures, 10 points a game, averaging 7 rebounds a game. I mean, those are good numbers for a sophomore. Not just a sophomore, but a 14-year-old. I mean, she really should be a freshman.
I like the way you leave room to grow. You can't say she's perfect, right?
No, she's nowhere near. She should be averaging 20 and 10 right now.
Fair enough. We gotta have that ladder just to climb a little bit higher.
Exactly. And I mean, she's gotten so much better just from the first day. Latyra Gore, she's doing average, but I need her to be above average right now. And we've had that talk, and she knows that. But I mean, in terms of leadership, oh man, I couldn't ask for a better leader. She's just like assistant coach on the court. All right. My two guards that start, Jada Allen and Logan Locklear, really good players. All right. And sometimes try to be too much. They try to take too much on their plate. And I'm trying to tell them just to calm down and be a two guard, be a point guard. All right. And I'm really hard on my point guards too.
We call that staying in your lane in the restaurant business.
That's right.
Sometimes you just got to stay in your lane.
You got to. And I'm hard on my guards. I mean, I'm hard on my point guard especially. I'm on Logan every day, and Dinah Jefferson, she's my sometimes my starting three, but that's my backup point guard. I mean, I'm on them. They get no room for error. All right, that's how you got to be to a point guard. If without a point guard, the whole system fails. It don't matter how good your team is. And then finally, we have a good senior leadership from Caitlin Bellamy. She's really stepped up. I mean, beginning of the season, I didn't know how much I could use her, but I mean, I will give her this. She's the hardest worker outside of practice. I mean, she works hard in practice, but I'm talking about film-wise. She watches more film than I do, and I watch at least the whole game, sometimes twice. Always. I mean, she made one clip one time. I had to show it because it was so good. I missed it. She clipped the press break we did. She's another little assistant coach.
It's like the player/coach
exactly.
you got going on.
I mean, they know that, and the thing I love about our team and all is they're very positive. Like a lot of teams right now could just call it a day, but again, they don't do that. They know that they can be better. They know they should have won these games, and they will win these games in the future.
Sounds like we got room to grow.
We do.
Tell us what we got coming up. We got a holiday break, but not so much for basketball.
No. Bring them back the day after the 27th. I'm bringing them back, having a good little break, be with their families. Because family to me, I mean, it's most important. If your family's not going good, then you ain't going to be going good. But then we'll come back 27th, practicing 2 days. Then we're playing 29th. I think we play Wilmington Christian first. Then we play Harold's Christian, then we play Coastal Christian.
So the same tournament format that the men are in?
The same thing, yep.
Gotcha.
We play at 1 p.m., I think 4 p.m. and 10 a.m. I think. It's on Max Preps. If anybody wants to see what time we play, it's on Max Preps, and it's at Cape Fear Academy in Wilmington.
Gotcha. Now, are you going to be playing, the same days as the men's team?
Yes, we're playing the night before then.
See, here's your doubleheader, folks. You can get up there and watch both teams. Wear green, support your Trojans.
Exactly. That's the big thing too. Is I've noticed when we have a good turnout, and I mean we've had great turnouts. I'm not trying to say we don't, but when we have a good turnout, our girls want to do good for this community because the community cares about this program.
Absolutely.
I mean, if they didn't before, I'm making them now. I mean, I'm getting out. That's one thing that I will say. I'm not good at much, but I am good at being loud. Right, and making people notice what's going on here.
You got to get your voice out there.
Exactly, and I mean the girls love that when the community comes out and supports them. I mean they're taking the burden of trying to do good for the community, not just for their self. They're the most selfless bunch of girls I've ever dealt with. They're selfless. They want to do good for the people in the stands. They want to do well for them, to make sure they didn't waste their money, right? And I think people that came to the games can acknowledge that we at least try our best to be. Set good role models for the kids in the stands watching,
sure.
Young girls watching and saying, I want to go be a Lady Trojan when I get older. So I think that's one positive we have done that's not reflected on the record.
That's what it's all about.
But again, we want to see them in the stands.
Well, let's get those stands full. Coach Johnson, good luck out there next week.
Thank you.
Enjoy your break, and we look forward to cheering the Trojans on right after Christmas.
All right, sounds good.
Happy holidays, sir.
You too.